Good morning, children, and welcome to my new class. So, let us start from where we had left yesterday. Yesterday, we were doing Maggie cuts her hair, and we had done till the 13th paragraph. Now, let us move on and read further. What we have done till now is that Maggie she snips off and cuts her hair, and her brother Tom is around there, and he also enjoys cutting the hair. "Oh, Maggie," said Tom, jumping round her and laughing. "Oh, my buttons, look at yourself in the glass." Now, when he cuts the hair and her hair becomes very short, it is cut very unevenly. So he asks her to look herself in the glass. Maggie felt an unexpected pain. She had thought beforehand chiefly of her own freedom from her annoying hair and the annoying remarks about it, and something also of the triumph she would have over her mother and her aunts by this very bold action. Now, initially, Maggie had not thought much. She had expected that she'll get rid of this, annoying, this hair which was very irritating to her, and the annoying remarks about the hair. Every time, see, it was not her fault because her hair was too curly. So, all the time, she had to, listen to these remarks from her mother and her aunts, and they used to constantly tell her to be tidy, to tidy up herself, comb her hair. So she wanted to get rid of all these things. Now, it's something also of triumph she would have over her mother and her aunts by this very bold action. Now, obviously, this was a very bold action. This was something which no child would do on his or her own, but she had done it. So it was a bold action. She didn't want her hair to look pretty. That was out of the question. She only wanted people to think her a clever little girl and not to scold her. She knew that she would not look pretty with her hair cut like that. But she just wanted that people shouldn't, point her out. Next, it became quite a different affair. But when Tom began to laugh at her, it became quite a different affair. It became a different situation at all. She looked in the glass, and still Tom laughed and clapped his hands. Maggie's cheeks began to grow pale and her lips to tremble a little. Now suddenly Maggie starts realizing what had happened. "Oh, Maggie, you'll have to go down to dinner directly," said Tom. Oh my. So Tom is nicely enjoying the situation. "Don't laugh at me, Tom," said Maggie, bursting into tears and giving him a push. Now suddenly Maggie realizes the seriousness of the matter and she bursts into tears. She starts crying. "Now, then, Spitfire," said Tom. "Of course, you look funny. You should have thought of that before. I shall go down. I can smell the dinner going on." Now, what happens is that he says, "Spitfire." Let us first see the meaning of Spitfire. What is the meaning of Spitfire here? Someone who gets upset, angry very quickly. So, he says that Spitfire. Now then, Spitfire. Now you get angry. What is the use? You should have thought about it earlier. He hurried down and left poor Maggie to her misery. What do you mean by misery? Means poor condition, bad situation. She could see clearly enough now that the thing was done, that it was very foolish, and that she would have to hear and think more about her hair than ever. See, this happens in our real life also. Like, we sometimes, when we are stuck up in a situation or when we are not able to face a problem, we take some deliberate step without pondering upon it, without thinking about it. And then we regret it later on that I shouldn't have done that. This is what Maggie goes through now. At an instant, she had thought that she should cut her hair. But then, after she cuts her hair, she realizes that it was not a good thing to have been done. Now, Tom did the same sort of foolish thing as Maggie, and so it happened that though he was much more willful than Maggie, his mother hardly ever called him naughty. Now there was a difference. Maggie and Tom were almost of the same age and they were both equally naughty. But always Maggie was called more naughty and Tom was not called that naughty because he was quite willful. Willful means he was quite stubborn also, right? But Maggie, as she stood crying before the glass, felt it impossible that she should go down to dinner and endure the severe words of her aunts, while Tom and Lucy and Martha, these were the cousins, and perhaps her father and her uncles would laugh at her. Now she was quite scared. She didn't want to go down at the dining table because all of them were sitting there. Now let us read on. For if Tom laughed at her, of course, everyone else would. Now she was sure that Tom would definitely laugh at her, and when he starts laughing, everybody else would also laugh. And if she had let her hair alone, she could have sat with Tom and Lucy and had the sweet pudding. So she thinks that if her hair was not cut that way, she would have easily, sat with them and had the dinner and the sweet pudding. What is a pudding? Pudding is a sweet dish. What could she do but weep? Weep means cry. She sat on the floor helpless and despairing about her black hair. Now she was sad and she was losing hope and courage. Miss Maggie, you are to come down this moment, said Kezia. Now, who is Kezia? Probably some other person of the family. Entering the room hurriedly, Gracious, what have you been doing? I never saw such a fright. Now, the person, Kezia, is suddenly very surprised as she enters and she sees the situation in front of her. The hair lying down on the floor, and Maggie with very short hair that was unevenly cut. So it was a very frightening sight actually because they had not expected that. I hope you have understood it, and we'll continue next part in my next class. So have a nice day and keep learning.